When you think of iconic Australian product innovation, you think of Vegemite, Wheat Bix, the bucket cap. What about the Esky? For almost 40 years, Graham has been making an iconic Australian cooler. What an absolute pleasure to meet you. Techni Ice. So when did you start the company?
Oh, about 40 years ago.
Almost 40 years, across 48 countries, 48 million products sold, trillions of litres of water saved, and a bunch of wild adventures. Has there been any crazy stories along the way?
Now this is an amazing story of survival.
There was a couple of guys you might have seen that were picked up floating around the ocean in one of our boxes after their boats sunk.
Coolers are great, but they have a glaring problem. They don't stay cold without ice. Traditionally, this meant hauling heaps of bags of ice from the servo, wasting trillions of litres of water, and hitting the hip pocket. Australia's biggest ice producer boasts that they sell 1 million bags of ice just on Christmas Day. That's not good. The first viable, safe, non-toxic, reusable replacement for dry ice, which they called Techni Ice, an environmentally conscious brand built around saving water by simply replacing traditional ice with Techni Ice. Unlike other wannabe substitutes, Techni Ice can freeze to much lower temperatures.
You look at how long a bag of ice lasts, you think there's got to be a better way.
And by the mid-90s, Graham had taken his passion for innovation to drive this technology further into the development of what is today one of the most loved coolers in the market. So Techni Ice have many applications, obviously camping, but you've mentioned the police, fireys, medical, there's Meals on Wheels, aviation.
Probably one of the most flexible ice packs on the market.
So how many products overall do you sell?
About 400,000 units a year.
400,000 units.
Over the range of products. Have I told you about the grizzly bear test? They've got a big problem with grizzly bears roaming onto campsites. So they actually have this grizzly bear certification program, and they're throwing it around and jumping on top of it and tearing at the latches. And
they couldn't get it open?
They couldn't get it open. So then you get your grizzly bear certification.
Graham's unrelenting desire and determination to be the best gained him attention to some of the biggest organisations, solving cold chain challenges in industries spanning transport, medical, aviation and consumer outdoor markets. Most recently, the government has entrusted them to supply ice boxes, ice pack products and solutions for the COVID vaccination rollout. So how did you guys go through the COVID and GFC crisis?
Sales actually increased through the GFC and then recently we went well through COVID as well. With COVID, and we've got people prepared to wait 12 months for their box and don't want a refund. Those people waiting could go and buy any brand they wanted tomorrow from the store. But they want one of these. So it creates an airlock. Stainless steel axles and bolts are rated 1,000 kilos. That can pick up a car. We even insulated the bungs on these so that you get 360-degree air circulation under it. They're designed to last a lifetime.
Graham, I can just tell you're a big ice nerd, aren't you? Not deriving their income from any one particular market has allowed them to weather any storm. What do you need to raise the money for?
Well, we can't keep up with the demand. We've actually got a waiting list. Especially on the signature boxes. We need to increase our production to meet the demand. We want to develop a vending machine for the product, which will basically replace all the wet ice machines all over the world. We want more people to discover this great Aussie brand that's been around for so long.
By building their B2C arm of the business off the back of a recent retail partnership with Coles Supermarkets and Catch.com. I'm sure you've seen the brand somewhere. It's the brand you didn't know you knew. And that's why we need you to help us build the brand behind this great business, Techni Ice. Probably the coolest investment on the market. Hey? Oh, come on, that was a good one.
That's terrific. Another thing, Techni Ice potentially saves lives on aircraft too.
Oh, let me stop you there. We need to leave something for the pitch document.
Okay,
all right, Graham? Go give it a read.